In this video, we'll explore the techniques that transformed my Toon shaded project from this to this. To achieve this improvement, we need to refine both the outline and the material. By applying these techniques, you can take your 3D project to the next level. The full version of this tutorial will be published next week. The link is in the description. Starting with the outline, I added 6 modifiers. First, create an outline by going to Add, selecting Grease Pencil, and choosing Scene Line Art. In the modifier settings, adjust the thickness and opacity. To enhance the effect, add multiple strokes to duplicate the outline, adjusting the count and distance first. Enabling the Fade option allows you to control the center, thickness, and opacity for a more natural look. Next, subdivide the outline to add more points, giving you greater control over its shape. Adding noise helps fine-tune the position, opacity strength, thickness, and most importantly, the noise scale. To create a more dynamic effect, use the dot dash modifier to break up the outlines, tweaking the frequency and the width of the gaps. Finally, the length modifier extends the outline at the start and end, making the lines feel more expressive. Combining these modifiers results in a unique and visually interesting outline. Now, let's move on to shading. What makes this drawing stand out is the layering of colors. The shading isn't just one solid color. It varies, with a complementary greenish shade on the top right, a dark orange shade on the bottom right, and highlights on the left side. The concept of masking determines which parts of the model will be affected by different colors, while mix operations control how those colors blend together. We all know that shader to RGB is commonly used for Toon shading, but I wanted something more sophisticated. To achieve this, I tweaked the normal direction of the faces using a Voronoi texture, plugging it into the normal input. Adding a noise texture between the texture coordinate and mapping nodes helped break up the boundaries, creating a watercolor-like effect. To apply a greenish shade to one side, I created a mask. It's important to remember that the part you want to color must be white, while the rest should be black. By plugging the greenish color into color B of the mix node, the shade appears only on the white area of the mask. Using the same method, I created another mask to apply a dark orange shade to the bottom right, plugging the dark orange into color B of the mix node to ensure it only affects the masked area. So, how did I create these masks? The Fresnel effect is useful for isolating the outer and inner areas of an object. The color ramp is a powerful tool for fine-tuning masks. The combination of the geometry node and separate XYZ helps mask areas based on world coordinates, and adding a mapping node in between provides more control. Other useful techniques include using ambient occlusion, procedural noise textures, or even image textures. Finally, I combined multiple masks using a color mix node with the multiply operation, which I'll explain next. Among the many mix operations, the most important ones to remember are mix, multiply, and add. The mix operation blends 2 colors together, where a factor of 0 outputs color A and a factor of 1 outputs color B. I use this to create the base color by blending 2 different shades of yellow. The multiply operation darkens colors, which is how I added the green and orange shades. This method prioritizes darker colors over brighter ones because darker colors have lower values, and multiplying them results in an even darker appearance. Mix node with the multiply operation, which I'll explain next. To add highlights, the add operation is useful. I created highlights using shader to RGB, controlled by a color ramp, and added them to the base color. Since the add operation increases the value of 2 colors, it results in a brighter color, making it ideal for highlights. Lastly, you can easily browse through different mix operation types by pressing Alt plus arrow until you find the best result. These are the Toon shading techniques I wish I had known earlier. They're simple, but they provide more freedom to create unique and original shading. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like it. See you next time.